Well, hey there! Let's dive right into this explainer and embark on what is arguably the most wonderfully chaotic journey of your life, raising a puppy. If you're a new pet parent, or even just thinking about bringing a furry friend home, you probably already know that the pure excitement is usually mixed with a pretty healthy dose of anxiety. There's just so much information out there. But don't worry, because today we're breaking down a comprehensive, cinematic guide to canine care and nutrition. We've sourced this directly from the experts and real-life experiences, so you'll know exactly what to do right from day one.
To kick things off, I've got to share a really intense story from our sources. Imagine a newborn Rottweiler puppy that couldn't get any milk from its mother. In one of the vlogs we analyzed, this tiny puppy was crying for 2 solid days because the mom wasn't producing enough milk, leaving the pup with a completely empty stomach. Now that is a terrifying, high-stakes situation for sure. When a mother's milk, which remember, provides absolutely essential antibodies and nutrition, just isn't available, the puppy's survival rests entirely in your hands. You have to act fast, but you also have to act smart.
So, here's our exact roadmap for today. First up, newborn rescue. Second, safe home. Third, a medical master plan. Fourth, daily routines. And finally, transitioning to real food.
All right, let's jump right into part 1, newborn rescue, focusing on formula preparation.
Now, if you're suddenly playing mom, what exactly do you feed them? It really comes down to their digestive needs and, well, your budget. On one hand, we have Lactogen, which is actually a human baby formula. Because it has reduced lactose and lower protein, it's incredibly easy for a tiny puppy to digest, plus it packs some added probiotics. On the other hand is Almol Spray, which is essentially a powdered cow's milk. It's highly budget-friendly and frequently used by rescuers for street dogs. So, Lactogen is kind of your premium, gentle choice, but Almol Spray works perfectly in a pinch. Okay, but here's the absolute crucial part, safety. You have to follow these exact prep steps. First, you must sterilize the bottle to avoid bacterial infections. Then, boil filtered water and let it cool until it is just lukewarm. Once you mix the powder in, that last step is completely non-negotiable. Test a drop of it on your own skin. Think of it this way. If it feels like a hot needle on your wrist, it'll literally burn the pup's internal organs. But if it's too cold, the puppy's body will waste critical, life-saving energy just trying to heat that liquid up in its belly. It needs to be perfectly lukewarm.
And here is a fantastic little medical hack from our sources. Enterogermina. It's a common human probiotic. When a puppy goes from mother's milk to a substitute, their tiny stomach often rebels. By giving them just 1 drop on their tongue on alternating days, or maybe mixing a tiny bit directly into their formula, you're introducing good bacteria that smooths out that abrupt dietary change. It works wonders.
Moving right along to Section 2, Safe Home, specifically essential puppy proofing.
You really have to start viewing your house through the eyes of a tiny, curious puppy. They explore the entire world with their mouths, which means they'll chew on absolutely anything. Small items and glass, those are obvious choking hazards. But look at that third point, outside shoes. Your shoes track in dirt and deadly viruses right off the street. A puppy will lick those shoes, inviting massive, sometimes fatal infections. Oh, and putting a hard or oversized collar on a tiny pup, that creates immense hidden physical stress that can actually stunt their growth. Keep collars super soft, or honestly, just leave them off entirely while they're indoors.
Empathy is totally key here. Remember, they were just separated from their mother and siblings. If you leave them alone, they're going to cry and feel abandoned. So keep them close to you, maybe in your bedroom at first. And please, I know it's tempting, but resist the urge to give that new puppy a bath. A full bath can drastically drop their body temperature and lead to severe illness. If they get a little messy, simply use a soft, damp towel to wipe them down.